Hello! Today I'd like to give you an update on my lightweight wing design. So I originally printed my lightweight wing and I'll show you on the screen here. Alright, here is the original iteration, and this one is 9 hours and 2 minutes and 109 grams of material needed. So I wanted to find a way that I could reduce this but keep the same stiffness and strength, allow for a more lightweight plane. Okay, so that one I did not print. Okay, here's my first iteration of my own print. So I took the piece and I printed it, and I printed the little ribs inside of here. It had an issue printing those ribs. There was just my 3D printer, perhaps the settings are incorrect or something. But yeah, this one here has like pretty bad warpage and no real strength. Okay, so on this one we have 3 hours and 12 minutes and 43 grams of material. Previously, the first model was 109 grams, so we reduced it quite a bit, over 50%. So now I will go on to my second iteration. So on the screen now you can see my second iteration, and this I gained a little extra time and it increased to 48 grams of material. So this one here actually turned out pretty good, and this is what this one looks like. It did have some issues with printing the inside walls. Let me get a better view of this. So this is the brim on the very bottom, and here's inside of it. Okay, and we had some issues printing on the inside. Okay, let me show you a better view. There we go. You can see all those issues. You know, the 3D printer was having a difficulty matching that and meeting it. But as far as strength goes, the front of this feels pretty good, and right here it's a little bit you know, weak, maybe acceptable. But so I wanted to print out another version and try this and see what this will look like. All right, so this I'll show you on the screen. So here's my latest iteration, and I got it to 3 hours and 48 minutes and 57 grams of material. So the unique thing about this one is this printed continuously. So it went around. Okay, I'm going to show you with my finger, and I can actually show you with the Cura. I have Cura here, but I'll show you with my finger, and then I'll show you with Cura what it does. So it starts, it jogs the area at which it starts. So it starts, it goes around, and it goes up, it goes up, and does a loop, come back down, 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 and then goes back around and does this. So when it does that, things are not entirely connected. So that is actually desired because the Z-axis never actually has to retract. So it reduces the amount of print time. It increased the amount of grams needed, grams of material needed, but reduced the actual print time. So this is 3 hours and 48 minutes, and I want to show you what this looks like inside. All right, look this. So you can actually see the ribs here. Okay, this rib right here, it printed really nice, much better than the previous few. Okay, the difference between this one and the previous ones is this one is actually, if you can see, look at how it separates right there. Let me show that side right there. You can see, there you go. Look how that is. Okay, this can come apart. That's not a problem. The print quality was really good. So what I'll just do is I'll take some CA glue and I'll put some CA glue inside of there, and I will fill that gap and then close it. And that's what I did with this very first one. I put a piece of tape on it, and it is now solid. Okay, so another thing I would want to do is look, when I do this, it opens up. See, it's totally not connected. So what I'll probably end up doing is take maybe like a long skewer, barbecue skewer, and I will put some CA glue on the inside of there, and I will touch the top of those. Actually, I could, yeah, I could almost touch all of these, you know, with, I can put my fingers in there, and I can see my fingers. I put my fingers in there, and I could put some CA glue, and then I'll just clamp it lightly down, and that will hold it together, and it will become one piece now. So I think this is a pretty cool idea. Yeah, I'm going to CA glue all these lines, and then I'll CA glue the top of this too. So that's my latest iteration, and I think it printed out really nice. It was quick, not a lot of material, 57 grams of material, and less than 4 hours to do this. I think it turned out nice, and I'm going to try to print out the rest of them and combine them all together. And yeah, I'll have to connect them somehow. Most likely I'm going to use some tabs, like I'm going to CA glue a little tab right here and a little tab here, you know, in different locations, and then I'll connect the two pieces together, the two pieces of the wing. All right, so yeah, hopefully this update, you know, gives you some more insight and gives you creativity. You know, I think it's pretty creative idea on how to make this a little better and more lightweight. We may have to have some sort of, you know, rod inside of here. So if you wanted to do that, you know, you could come off of here and then make a little loop, you know, a little circle, come off of here, this edge right here, and make it like a little loop. And then you could have a carbon fiber rod run all the way through here. So many different variations that we could do, but I think this is a way to go in the right direction. Now I see a lot of these planes come out, models come out, and they have, you know, ribs going down the side. Is that better than this? I'm not sure. You know, time would tell, and a few crashes you would find out. But yeah, I think this is a good idea. So hopefully this was beneficial and it gave you some creative thought as far as how to build your wings. I do not know if this is going to work good or bad, so time will tell. And I'll keep following up on my progress if I continue to go with this large wing. So this is quite a large wing, but this is the largest section of the wing, so that's it. Like and subscribe. Thanks.